Hi, Beardos. Joe here, and we can't come to the phone right now because, well, we don't want to. So, leave us a message right here, and we will listen to it as soon as we feel like it. Bye!
Fellas, it's Devin on one half of the Random Hour podcast with Kyle Crump, and I wanted to call on his behalf and just say how awesome it was to collab with you guys. And if you're a first-time listener, these guys are fun. It was great having them on our show. We had a grand old time, and if you want to listen to that episode, it's coming at the end of this month. Again, that is the Random Hour podcast by Kyle Crump, and yeah, it was great having you guys, and hope to hear from you soon. And it's always fun listening to you guys when I'm driving 2 hours down the road, 2.5 hours, 3.5 hours to a comedy show, and all I can hear is 4 out of 5 balls reviews. So keep doing what you guys are doing, and if you're a first-time listener, these guys are great. But if you get bored with them, come check us out on the Random Hour podcast, which is available on every streaming platform. Have a wonderful day, guys.
Good evening. This is Beards and Sundries Podcast News, your one-stop news shop every Sunday, with your host, Jay. Another host, Anthony. And another host, Joe. We're your Beards and Sundries hosts and news anchors for Season 5 of Beards and Sundries.
And welcome back to the Beards and Sundries News Network.
With hard news coming your way.
All gams, all hams.
Whoa!
That's right, it's Season 5, Episode 1 of all the BS news you can handle. Wow, I don't know what that accent was. That was something. That's not an all-season thing, you guys.
Oh, no, it's a season thing now. You got to make that accent happen all 25 episodes.
No, you can fuck all the way off.
It's committed. I'm setting it in stone now. It's going on a Beardo card.
Well, whatever. I don't care. It'll be a lie then.
That's right, guys. It's time for the first lunch break of Season 5 here at Beards and Sundries, the shop where 3 gay men with beards do inventory on a new sundry in each episode.
My name is Jay, and breaking news! It's a new season, and it's a Category 5. Now, on to Anthony.
And I'm Anthony Burgundy.
No question mark at the end. I told you he reads everything on the prompter.
Who typed a question mark on the teleprompter? And I'm Joe, and I'm an absolutely shameless doom scroller. But that means that today's sundry item is the news.
Boo!
Beardos, welcome to Season 5. As we have hinted for a little while now, we are going to try out something new in Season 5. It's no surprise that this year's election isn't exactly a dream, but we couldn't just let this all go by while ignoring it completely. This season, we'll dedicate the first segment of our lunch break to talk about the election, politics, and our takes on things. But don't worry, the same Beards and Sundries that you love is still here. Commercials, something to check out, game time, and most importantly, Beardo-submitted sundries. Those will still be an integral part of the show. But today, we are going to chat about how we get news, what we currently think, and after the break, we will talk about candidates that we think would be better suited for the post of Commander-in-Chief. Later on, I have 2 fun games to start off Season 5, but before we get things going, how about this week's voicemail?
Thank you, Devin.
Sorry about your loss, Jay. Now it's apparently only 4 balls.
I should probably let everyone know that, yeah, I lost another one. But I should let everyone know that episode came out June 30th. He left that voicemail before June 30th.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, look it up.
I thought that was where I was like, I thought the episode was out.
Yeah, it is. It's just he left that voicemail right before or somewhere as we were going on break for the season break. And I'm like, oh, well, this will go into next season. Then I listened to it and I'm like, oh, I should have probably squeezed this in somehow to user content.
Well, it happens. We took a week off, so it is what it is.
It was a busy
we
few
didn't even
weeks.
really take a week off. We took the week off of doing this.
Yeah, if anything, we took a week off and did more.
Yeah.
That's right, Beardos.
Like-
If you were following us on our socials this past week, you did see that we were, in fact, at Oklahoma City Pride Fest this past weekend. And we were in the parade. We had a booth where we handed out water and we handed out information. And we got to meet a lot of really cool people. And it was a lot of fun, even though it was very hot.
It was so fucking hot.
It was hot, and I'm losing my skill at being a people person for hours on end.
I can't do
I
it.
used to do it
I
for a
hate it.
job, and like I'd made it through fine, and I was happy to see everyone. Like we met a young listener that I was so like that felt so
That was
exciting.
Cool. That was exciting to me. That was really cool.
That was cool.
That we also got to take a picture with, and we put it on our
Yes.
socials, didn't we? Yeah.
I haven't yet. I need to. I was going to do it whenever we talked about it in this episode.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so that was really, I don't know why, but I felt very honored that we had somebody come up that we didn't know, that we've never talked to, and was like, yeah, I'm a listener. And I was like, oh.
That was
And he was like,
exciting.
can I get a picture? And I was like, oh, God.
Oh, God, I'm so sorry, but yes.
We look so gross, but I'm so honored. And it was so fun.
sweaty.
But I think I'm still recovering from all of that.
Yeah. Well, that explains why we didn't play this voicemail until, this week for, a week after that came out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's out now. You should go listen to it. We'll
It's
put it
out
in the
now.
show notes.
Yes, the Random Hour podcast. So go check it out.
Yeah. Got a lot of
Yes.
things to check out this week.
Yeah.
We're now even further on the internet with our voices out there
Oh,
forever.
God.
Upsetting. But, Joe, moving on from that, do you think I could find sundries in the news?
Yeah, unfortunately you can, especially in the coupon section. But if you guys are new to our show and you're wondering just what the hell a sundry is, the term comes from an Old English word meaning odds and ends. Now today, it's used mainly in retail as a way to group together items that don't typically have a group of their own. So, as three very seasoned gay men with beards, we are using the term to group together the wide range of topics that we cover.
By season, do you mean salty? Because that's how I feel.
Oh, my God, right?
Especially when I'm sweaty.
Oh, and I'm sweaty right now. I was working outside before we recorded. So I'm extra salty.
I know. I was like,
I'm not one to kink shame at all, but speaking of sweaty, sometimes I'll get out of the shower and I'm like, okay, cool, everything's clean. I even scrubbed under my arms, and then I'll like be blow drying my hair and stuff, and I'll try it out on my pit, and I'm like, why do I still smell like Taco Bell? What's please, no one smell my pits. You're not gonna like it, I promise.
some people love Taco Bell and pits, man.
I was like, and then like 3/4 of our listeners just got boners because they're like, oh my God, Taco Bell pits.
I get up in there and I go, the enchilito.
Oh, he got the Crunchwrap Supreme today.
We are in that time of year, though, where you get out of the shower and it's hot enough that you start sweating again, especially if you were sweaty before, like after mowing the lawn or doing something
Fucking hate
outside.
it.
And you go take a shower and you step out and you're still like in sweating mode, so you just keep sweating.
You know how people get seasonal affective disorder during like winter or like fall when it gets colder and they can't it's the opposite for me. I fucking every summer I hate it. I hate everything.
Yeah.
I hate everything
Yeah.
the entire fucking season. Today I hate everything. I wish everything was exploded. All of it. Just boom. Heat
So
death
one of my
of the universe, please come soon.
One of my side effects of my ADHD meds was just like enhanced sweating, and I just sweat substantially more than I already sweat. And I finally, like a little over a week ago, got off. Actually, a couple weeks ago now, I got off of my
You finally got off.
ADHD
Good for
meds.
you.
I dropped off because I was like, I'm so tired of all my side effects that I'm just going to try it, see what I'm like. And I like myself better without them, except mentally, there's 2 points where I'm just like, I'm struggling. So I messaged my doctor and I was like, no rush, but we need to figure this out. But I got off of it because the very last day I took them, I showered. And I was taking pretty lukewarm showers because I was like, I can't take anything warm or else I'll break out in the sweat. So I got dressed, got ready, walked into the kitchen, was literally bouncing around, my small kitchen just to put items in a blender to make a smoothie. And I sweat so much that I had to go change shirts right after my shower.
Oh my God.
Now
And I was like, that's it.
It's an intense
I'm just
smoothie.
loving this visual of you, quote, bouncing around your small kitchen. Like, what? I was imagining
Where
like
where
a
where were you
Crystal Light
bouncing?
commercial or like a
That's
Magic
it.
Bullet commercial where you're like bouncing around dancing. And it's like, I'm gonna soak up the sun. And you're like throwing bananas into the blender and like having a great time. But then you look down at the end and you're just drenched, like you
Soaked.
just climbed out of a pool.
But of
That
course,
would be really funny.
I've got the cigarette hanging out of my mouth with the really long ashes, and I'm like, "There's no stinky garlic."
That's
in
what I
this
was just thinking.
smoothie."
Like, you're like bananas, blueberries, apples, and maybe some nasty, stinky garlic.
But I'm making like this blueberry cheesecake smoothie, and then I'm just like, and it'll only take a few seconds because I put a lot of frozen ingredients in here, and then it's like,
Start
as I'm like
smoking because
mouthing
everything's
words.
frozen.
Pretty much. That poor ninja go through a lot of work. But yeah, so that was my excitement. And I finally dropped off of it. Now I feel a lot better health-wise. Like, all my side effects are back. It's nice to pee normally, which was not something I could do on that medication. It restrained my peeing. This is a godsend to come back to normal. But yeah, mentally things are chaotic, and I've noticed that I'm waking up a lot more tired than I used to again. So
Well, cable news does certainly have a lot of drug commercials, doesn't it, Jay? So thank you for that.
Just thinking about news is making my brain explode.
well, especially after that last
Yeah.
debate, I'm so tired of the news.
I'm so
The
sick
only
of it.
thing that got me through it were the memes. Okay, I know it is in the realm of doom scrolling, sort of, but like for me, humor and especially dark humor is such a great way to deal with things that I don't want to think about in the moment. So I came across this post. It was a couple of different screen grabs of things that people had been posting and tweeting during the debate, and there was one that said, why don't we give the two of them a Roku TV remote, and whoever puts on a movie fastest wins the presidency. And it was just, it's so dumb, but also like so on the nose for like boomer humor and like things that they can't do because they should be able to do this one job, the presidency, just one job. They
Just
should be
one.
able to, it's the joke of they're not capable of doing the most simple tasks, right? Or being active. So that's why the joke hits so home for me.
And ADHD Jay is 100% back because he spent that entire time you were talking doing something on his phone.
I was going through our socials for comments that they said about the news.
Just the whole time, not.
But yes,
not paying a damn
the entire time you were
attention
talking,
to
I was on the phone.
He'd
Another
rather
one of them.
be on his phone than even listen to you talk about the news. That's how bad it is.
I mean, he's not wrong. I don't want to talk about the news. That's why I fucking hate the news. I'm so tired. I used to love it. I used to
Let's hop
love
on our time
politics.
machine for 1 second, Jay, and go back into the
Are you
past.
talking about how I made this a theme about the news? I don't know
No,
why. That's not a big
absolutely
deal.
not.
I mean, it wasn't like
hate
you
it.
were the one who made the suggestion.
I had this idea for the season 5, and now I don't like it. It's episode 1.
It's literally to make fun of it. That's what it's for.
On this, the day of our nation's independence. That's right, Beardos. We are all filming today's season premiere on July 4th. Because 1, we're all off today, so we could record earlier in the day. And 2, this is typically one of the days that we record anyway, especially when we have to start panicking. So we'll have this episode out Sunday. Don't worry, it'll still be out. But, you know.
Oh boy,
You
you're
know what's
Happy
funny?
July
I'm going to
4th.
release this on Monday now that you said that.
It's not even
Anthony
kidding.
makes
Like,
an-
we'll have some technical difficulties or something.
Anthony makes an edit and he's like, haha, lied. That's just what edits in there.
Liar! I'm just going to stamp on your face. Liar!
But
Then Jay will get mad because he doesn't like the special effect. He'll be like, it's supposed to fade to black and white. And I'm like, it just didn't have that option on the video editor, so it's what I used was fade to black.
yeah, the wasted. I was like, when did I bitch about anything? And I'm like, oh.
When
yeah,
did
that
you
one.
bitch about anything? Today, several times already, and it's not even 1 o'clock.
Well, I'm depressed. Leave me alone.
I am too, but goddamn.
I can bitch about whatever I want.
Oh, okay. I guess you can.
Fuck yeah, I can.
Listeners, he can bitch about whatever he wants. You just heard him.
I can bitch whatever I like.
Now, I've been on like a break from the news, I guess. I'm trying really hard to be on a break from the news. The problem is that it keeps showing up on my fucking doorstep. Like, I'm at a point now where I'm just contemplating getting rid of my fucking phone.
Speaking of listeners, we know about the Bible in Oklahoma schools. I've read the story enough. I can't do it. Please don't forward any more information.
I know. People send it, and I don't think they realize how, like, disheartening it is to see stuff like that. How fucking much it breaks me to see stuff like that. And how I have this idealized version of what, like, life would eventually be, that we were progressing so well as a country, that we were moving in this good direction, and then to just get shit on week after week after week with fucking half the population who wants women to be stuck at home making babies and casseroles, and gay people to either be not seen or just killed. And I don't know. I'm going on. This is not funny. I didn't mean for it to be like real, but it got real.
Well, we love connecting with you in lots of ways. If it's news related, maybe just don't. We can't do it. I can't do it anymore. But I will say, listen, there's another state that's doing the same thing we are, and we're both ranked some of the lowest in education in the nation. So it's nice that our government's like, you know what? Let's just let Jesus take the wheel on this, because we're completely incapable. That's how I'm starting to feel about it.
We're a nation where people go to school to become professionals. They go way into debt. And then when they become professionals in their field, we don't listen to them because Jesus said something.
Well, yeah, Jesus said something different.
Jesus didn't say jack shit about any of this. Jesus fucking Christ.
If you're a regular listener to our show, you are no stranger to the fact that the three of us are not huge fans of the state of Oklahoma. However, we do reside here. These things keep happening, and these headlines keep emerging, and I'm just like, I didn't need any more motivation to get out of here. I already don't want to be here.
I would like to leave the country. You know, all those Republicans
piling shit on top of this shit pile,
who say that if you don't like it here, you can leave. I really wish I could. I really wish I could just pack up and fucking move to Canada, because I'd do that fucking tomorrow if I could. It just doesn't work that way. You gotta pay money to fucking Canada to go there. And you have to, like, apply for entry and pass, like, language exams and shit. I've done a little bit of research on this, so it's not completely implausible. It just takes more work than me just picking up and moving, because if I could just do that, I would.
Well, the funniest part about that, too, is the people that are telling you to just up and leave and go somewhere else. How many of them do you think would fail a U.S. citizenship test? They're not easy.
100%, because Jesus isn't in history.
And God said 50 states.
Yeah. In, like, 1959.
Yeah. And oh god. Anyways,
so we all hate the news.
We do.
Newsflash.
But I did have a little bit of a fun conversation this morning with one of my friends. He's actually kind of a new friend that I met at a birthday party recently, and I'm trying to be better when I'm in a group of gay people that I don't know, where I'm like, don't just mingle around the people you know. Like, be social and nice and introduce yourself to others and blah, blah, blah. It's getting difficult, but I'm trying. And so, people. Now, it's been fun. And he brought up an idea today that maybe we should try and work together on. And it's, we create a parody film of, like, Trump and all of his biggest fans. Mm-hmm. And, like, so MTG and all that stuff. And we kind of make it turn into, like, a dirty porno. But, like, I was thinking, like, MTG could be played by, I don't know, some kind of bearded man in, like, a white wig.
I wish you had never used MTG as an acronym. I really wish you'd never done that to me. You just did something to me that you have no idea. You fucking broke me, because in my mind, MTG has always meant Magic the Gathering.
Magic the Gathering.
Oh,
no!
No!
That I associate with happiness, and you just
What did
broke
Jay
it.
mean?
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Oh,
It took me a minute to figure out what you were talking about, and once
I
I
was
did,
like something about magic. I don't know.
It's my brain was just like, I don't want to give her a full name because that's too much work to say it all now.
It is.
But I ruined everything for you, so I'm really glad I could,
that's okay.
make this
You
day
didn't
worse.
hear it. It was just indirect. It's fine.
Don't
So-
worry,
Well,
there's
you
still
know.
plenty of time for that.
Let me find out more I can ruin. Don't you worry.
Don't worry. It's sort of bottom of the barrel right now. Really scraping along for things to ruin my day.
Oh, we're scraping all right.
Oh, man. But it was... Oh, yeah, because I recommended that we call it MAGA, and it was like, my anus gapes again.
Oh, okay.
What do you mean again?
I kind of like this.
Never stop
maybe-
gaping, never stop gaping.
Maybe the bonus content for this season should be that, but and then we get to follow along the dark side of Trump's president's, his run for the presidency. So he's all the stuff he does in the back rooms away from people when he thinks nobody's watching, because he's so fucking awful when people are watching. So what is he like when nobody's watching?
We'll have a scene where he's just changing his diaper while he's talking to a room full of people. You know what? This hurricane, if we just nuke it.
And while and talking about how he's not incontinent, and then bitching about Joe Biden having to wear a diaper. Jesus Christ, I can't even speak today.
So neither
anyways.
can I.
You know who'd be great for this
I
role?
like the idea for this.
John Riley.
Oh,
Oh,
my
God.
God.
Poor John.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Somebody else is changing his diaper, and he's downing Big Macs in both hands. He's double fisting Big Macs.
Oh yeah.
And he's got a hat with Dr. Pepper, or wait, no, Diet Coke. So he just has the straws, and he's just as somebody's changing his diaper. This is a great scene.
Ew.
That's just one scene. Don't worry, I can make more.
That's not even
No, I like this idea.
SNL.
This could be
that's
the bonus
kind of,
content for this.
That's more the style of Mad TV, I feel like.
Yeah, well, Mad TV doesn't exist, so let's start it. Beard TV. Or just
Beard
Beards and
TV.
Sundries
I think
Network.
that domain is probably not for sale anymore. They're
I'm
doing
sure
a lot
Beards
more
and
than
Sundries
that.
Network is.
They're coming out more than Sundays. Well, I had one more question for you guys before we go to break about news. So, as consumers of media ourselves, what news apps do you guys kind of go towards? What outlets do you kind of gravitate toward? And who do you trust the most? I can start while you guys think about it. For me, it's BBC, and not the one that you're thinking of, Jay. British Broadcasting Corporation. But of course, I trust their news app the most because they seem to be fair and just reporting, in my sense of the word. They've had some scandals lately, so I've been kind of watching them from arm's length. But I really enjoy how they lay out their app on their news app. I like how they present information. I like how they update it to the second. And I don't know. I just trust them more than any other outlet because I don't think they're as biased as others are.
I feel like I've just left myself on ABC News. Whenever I check rankings of what networks are biased and blah, 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 they usually rank pretty well in the middle. So I'm just like, okay, at least I could just stop here. And because normally if you have any sort of understanding of, the English language, you can start finding the biased terms things use and the biased directions news articles use. So at least with them, I'm just like, okay, I can find this and kind of ignore it instead of going to, Fox News and being like, oh, well, clearly this is the direction I need to think, or vice versa. So I just stick with ABC News a lot. And then I also stick with ABC Local News. And that's solely just because they're the same network I watched growing up, so it's got the same vibe, and all I care about is traffic and weather for the most part. I just want to know, am I going to fucking run into something on my drive to and from work? And should I watch for hail or ice? Every time you watch the news, it's always sappy, dumb, or well, it's either sappy, stupid stories that I don't care about, or just depressing stories, and I'm already depressed on just regular life.
I'd take some sappy, stupid stories. That sounds nice. I'd take any of that instead of all the fucking depressing bullshit that gets reported on a day-to-day basis.
We are running out of time for sappy good.
There's no sappy good. Everything's just fucking awful, or at least that is to be believed if, you believe the news. I use BBC News most of the time, too. I don't know. I try not to look at it unless I absolutely have to for something. And even then, I guess I don't absolutely have to do that. I just try to avoid it in general. Forever ago, I used to use CNN, and then one day after the Pope died, they had like the front page of their app was all articles about the Pope. And I was like, okay, that's over. I'm not doing that. There's other news going on other than one old white man dying. I don't fucking care. And before you get at me about Catholicism and the Pope and how important he is, he can fuck right off. Organized religion has ruined this world.
Yeah, baby. If that's what's got you bothered, you've been on the wrong show for a while.
I also think like CNNs and things like that, I get really tired of them because they hype up a lot of their, what's the term I want to use? Like their Anderson Coopers
Money?
and all, where it's like
they're pundits.
Yeah, and it's kind of like opinion-based news, and fine.
It's the same idea as like Fox with their.
Yeah.
I guess Hannity doesn't work there anymore, does he?
Yeah, I was like
Fired or
Tucker
something?
Carlson doesn't either, but Janine Pierre or however pronounce it, stuff like
Whatever.
that. Like, fine.
They're not real news people.
I understand having them, but I don't like forcing any of them on either side in my face because they're just telling me what I should think, and I don't like that exactly.
Right. I like to form my own opinions based on what I read myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's why if I'm ever
saying that.
confused about a news article, sometimes I'll bounce between Fox and CNN because I'm looking at both ends of the spectrum, and then I'll find where they're defined in the middle and where they're exactly alike. And I'm like, okay, so if you filter out all of this garbage that they each have, this is what I need to focus on. Now where do I come to a conclusion?
The conclusion is this country sucks.
The
Happy
conclusion
4th of
is
July.
capitalism has gotten involved in everything, and I'm just...
Somebody shared a New York Times article with me the other day, and I was like, I can't read this. Literally, I can't. There's a paywall, and I'm not going to pay for that because fuck you.
No way. I'll
Like,
find
I
it somewhere
understand
else.
that you need to get paid, but like at the same time, I don't know. I'm not going to pay to get depressed. I pay to try to not be depressed.
Do you know
You
what
should get
news
paid by
was-
the billionaires, not me.
Do you know what news was the most disappointing news to not be hyped up for a few days? Martin Mull's death.
Who's that?
What?
I don't know.
Did
who
you ever
that
watch
is.
Clue?
Yes.
Do you remember Colonel Mustard?
Yes. He died?
Him. He
That's
died.
unfortunate. Why would
I
you make
know.
my day even worse?
So, that's the thing, is I thought it was fake news because I saw it, and then whenever I Googled it, it just showed up on kind of some of the most random sites, so I didn't think it was true, and then over time, I kept seeing more and more from, like, reputable people, and I'm like, what? I grew up with Martin Mull. He was in Roseanne and Clue and lots of other things I can't remember.
He was the gay manager and then later friend.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's right.
And so
forgot
I grew
about
up with
that.
this guy, and it's just like his death just kind of went under the radar, and I'm like, no, that's news to me, even though then whenever they die and they make it big, then I'm just like, okay, they died, it happens. So I'm not really ever, there's no point that I'm happy.
There we go. There's the underlying issue.
Oh,
We're
no.
never happy.
I'm happy to call myself out. It's like Betty White. I'm just like, oh, how sad. And then it kept going, and I was like, this is life. She lived plenty long. Like, I make sense. But then I'm like, how sad. And then so I was just back and forth. I guess it depends on my mood.
Oh.
Give me more or give me less, but don't give me the exact amount that I don't know is the exact amount.
I guess I also get irritated because when stuff like that usually happens, it's also scattered all over like social media. It's the reason why I deleted the Facebook app off my phone, and I keep like re-downloading it from time to time and then deleting it again because I get irritated with it because like everyone will share shit like that. And they're like, it's so sad. I'm like, you're not fucking sad. Fuck off. You're not sad about Martin Mull's death. You don't feel anything about it. You might feel something for a second, but you're like Jay fucking Rowdy Bush. You're going to feel sad for 2 seconds, and then you're not going to give a shit.
And then you're going to bitch about seeing the news article a lot. So don't you post it a lot because I don't want to see it. But I want to be disappointed that they didn't show it enough on the news. Do not make sense of my logic because I don't want to understand it.
Breaking news on the pod today. We're learning new things about ourselves that are terrible. I don't like seeing the news, and I don't give a shit about a lot of people's opinions because they're just so annoying. They're like the worst fucking takes on things.
I want the good old days where I was just watching baseball, and then all of a sudden we interrupted it to watch O.J. Simpson running down the highway in a Ford Bronco. What happened to the good old days?
Do you want the answer?
Oh, Jay said it. The good old days.
I used to be interrupted for real news that was kind of exciting, and now they're just like, breaking news, Biden has hemorrhoids. And I'm like, well, big fucking deal.
Who doesn't have
imagining-
hemorrhoids?
Jay gets sat down in the living room to eat his breakfast and watch, like, I don't know, fucking Nick Jr. or something, and he switches it over to, like, I don't know, fucking Frasier or Murphy Brown, and he's like, oh, yes, these people. As a 4-year-old eating cereal on the carpet.
Yes.
You know, there's no one better
no.
than Kelsey Grammer, and I'm like,
not even
my
like
Fruity Pebbles.
Eating Fruity Pebbles. You're out there with your little, like, one little cup that has the egg in it. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh my god!
And you're
Tink,
out there
tink,
with a
tink.
little spoon, and you're like, because that's some old people shit.
That's how they get you to come in the first place. She has the fork on the stem, like the cat food commercial, and then you just come crawling in, and you're like, Mother, is it time?
I come in and then she puts a plate of chat in front of me, and she's like, "Eat up, honey," and I'm
Oh
just
my
like,
God.
"Thanks, mother." And then she hands me my well water that we grew up on with no fluoride in it that gave me bad dental problems as I aged.
Well water, you say. Well water that could have been contaminated.
Yeah, 100%. I know we
chat.
were not testing that. We were not testing that. I could have been drinking straight up like fuel, lead,
Surge.
all of it. That
Surge.
house we grew up in was built in 1895. God knows what plumbing was in that well and what I drank for years.
Dead people. Just dead people. It's dead people water.
But you know what? That was pretty delicious water.
Skeletons from Poltergeist. Like,
Yeah. Now you're getting it. Lord, can we move on to the next segment of the show? I feel
Yeah.
like I've been super sad this first part of it, and I'm really sorry for that. That's not the energy I want to bring to season 5. But
that one last
I'm-
thing before break turned into a couple things. So let's go ahead and take a break.
Welcome to season 5.
Hey listeners, are you ready to add some spice to your wardrobe? Check out hunkytops.com, the queer, Latino-owned clothing site that brings you the hottest styles. And here's an exclusive deal just for you, listeners. Get 10% off your first order with the code SUNDRIES. That's right, 10% off when you use the code SUNDRIES at checkout. They do offer sizes above 3XL. Just hit the contact button and request a larger size and they'll accommodate the best they can. So, what are you waiting for? Visit hunkytops.com today. Explore their amazing styles and wear your pride with confidence. hunkytops.com. Wear your pride, live your style. Remember, hunkytops.com. Use code SUNDRIES for 10% off your first order. Order now! You're listening to Jay, Anthony, and Joe on the Beards and Sundries podcast, the podcast rated 5 out of 6 balls.
All right, and we're back from break.
And
Things have
I'm
gotten so
completely
exciting
happy.
here at the market.
I'm so changed now.
Here at the Beards and Sundries News Network, we commit to you that we will not be excited about this show ever again.
Until season 6, when we make it fun.
So, Beardos, this will be where we will move on to our next little subtopic or something else, a little something different to make things fun. But this week, we're going to talk about who we think would make a better candidate for the presidency.
A piece of toast.
Want to start?
I have at
Show
my
it to me,
desk
Rachel.
this empty jar of Kansas City Classic Rub by Urban Accents that I have left here for weeks now because I keep meaning to order more. And this empty jar of Kansas City Classic Rub seasoning would be a better president than either Trump or Biden.
I'm like looking around my office,
Here?
and I'm like, this lamp, this chair, Reggie, my dog, in the living room, the 2 cats
This is
hanging
an-
around me.
Empty Vicks VapoCool from a throat lozenge that I used 2 weeks ago when we did the other recording for the season finale of season 4 that I did not throw away. And it would also make a better president than either Trump or Biden.
I have the most finicky cactus rose that if I move it away from the window for more than 1 day, all the leaves wilt and die, and I would vote this in office.
I have here.
It's like
my-
the opposite of the others. You have to keep it in the sunlight.
I have to keep it exposed.
Are you
I have
mad?
here
I am
the
your
disc
cactus.
container for Diablo 3 that I purchased a decade or more ago with my game code on there. I'm pretty sure that would do a better job too. I've spent way more time with Diablo 3 than I have either of these candidates.
My Stanley mug that is chipping paint. It's probably full of lead. I would vote that in office.
Joe went to get something. What did you get?
Nothing.
Whatever.
I went and I got this Lego minifigure of Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez, who, not her, the real person. I think this Lego miniature figure of a person would do a better job than Trump or Biden.
But I also think she would do a better job just generally. She's angry. and I
Segueing
feel
into
that.
part 2 of my answer, in 2028, I would love to vote for the real Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez to become president.
Jay, you had something for us?
I did. Keep going until I get it.
You said and then you got so quiet.
Sorry. Keep
Just
going. I'm
remember
trying to
the
get it.
song lyric.
I'm trying to get it to sync
Oh, okay.
because I was trying to. And here we go.
I was going to say, I have here this Beards and Sundries frosted glass that is made of glass that you might see soon on our merch website.
Ooh.
This would make a great president. It stays so cool under pressure. Here, with my hand. There. See, everybody?
Actually,
That's the
the
product.
vendor who also makes it is just super
So
down to
good.
earth and nice and bitter like us, and I would vote him in office. And let me share a picture I just took, and you'll have to pardon the mess because I have been just throwing shit around my office for the past couple weeks. But my cat has chosen a bag randomly to sleep on, and I would also vote Merlin in office.
I would vote Merlin too. Merlin's so cute.
Merlin deserves this. And he
Merlin
would,
deserves everything.
I said his name and voting in office, and he stood up, and he is ready. I think.
And he has an American flag.
I've gotten better at identifying your 2 cats from one another because they used to look so similar to me. And I went looking in that picture for Blanche's ear that has the little misshapen left ear. But then I saw the belly and I was like, oh, that's Merlin.
Merles.
Yeah. When you really see them, like, it's pretty hard to find times where you can't tell them apart, but there's times still. But usually you're just like, all right, so you have a bowling ball or just a normal sized cat? Merlin's the bowling ball.
Merlin is darker and bigger, and Blanche is more sociable and lighter with the little left ear that could.
Oh, her little clipped little precious ear.
I would rather vote for the concept of fisting than either of the candidates we have.
You know what? The idea of having that done to me sounds miserable, and I
would still
would
rather do
vote
that.
to do that instead
Yeah.
of vote for these candidates.
For 4 years, every day, rather than have either. And I'm not like, I don't know. I'm not that loose. I wish I was.
Well,
I guarantee nothing would work down there if you tried it, but still,
well,
to try it.
I'll kind of shoehorn in an idea after yours with the fisting. What about sounding? So why don't we do something interesting for the next debate on stage? We bring in an expert in the field of adult entertainment, Stormy Daniels, and she performs a kind of workshop, kind of how to, kind of a little creative workshop on how to do sounding correctly using our candidates as a demonstration. And she starts with Trump. And
I just don't
kind of
trust
tell
that
her to
either
go
of them
from
could
there.
get hard.
Correct. So it'd be even funnier.
Oh, okay. So she's just like trying to like poke it with like a little sounding rod and like try to like without using her hands because she doesn't want to touch either of them.
Right. But they're
you
giving
imagine?
her all the artistic freedom that she can muster. As
Could
an
you imagine
entertainer.
one of us up there with our microphone? We're like, all right, and the sounding is going to begin. And then you hear, gentlemen, remove the diapers.
Oh my God.
As I'm hearing this play out, it sounds more and more like a South Park episode.
To me,
Yeah,
it
that's
sounds
kind
more
of
and more
Yeah.
sounds more and more like the dog show you watch after the the Thanksgiving Day parade.
Oh yeah. I don't know why my brain kept saying the Super Bowl. I was like, do I watch dogs after the Super Bowl? I don't even
The
watch
Puppy
the fucking
Bowl.
Super Bowl.
Bring
Yeah,
out the
sure, I do.
wieners.
Oh yeah, it is Puppy Bowl. That's what I'm thinking of. I love wieners. Can we talk about wieners? That's more fun than this.
Well, in light of recent news with Austin Wolf, maybe we shouldn't talk about wieners and I love wieners in a high-pitched voice. Maybe we should.
Why are you guys making this so like I say one thing and you gotta shit on it.
Talking
you gotta make
about
it so
news.
fucking shitty. you take Marjorie Taylor Greene and you ruin Magic the Gathering for me. We bring up wieners. I fucking love wieners. All kinds of wieners. And then you have to talk about Austin what's his face? Wolf, is that right? Yeah. And
Shay's looking it up
stop.
right now.
Just fucking stop.
Anthony, I think I'm going to. Fucking shit. Why?
Good. Whatever happened to you, good.
Why can't everything just work whenever
I ask
it
myself
to?
that goddamn question every day. I opened up Microsoft Word today, and you know what it did? It brought up the document I had typed up for last episode we recorded, and it literally had a pop-up that was like, do you want to save this? And I was like, no. And it was like, but there's not an option for no. You can either save it or do nothing. And I was like, oh, well, then I guess I'm going to do nothing. And it was like, well, do you want to edit this? You have to save it first. And I was like, no, I don't want to do either of those things. This is a temporary fucking document. Stop popping up. Let me type shit on a blank paper.
Jay,
Anyways,
when
I'm frustrated.
you got mad earlier at your computer, I just imagined a picture of Anthony popping up, and it was like
And that's
wish.
kind of what it was. It was Anthony going, "This isn't what you wanted."
Oh my god, that'd be hilarious if like you put up like a page on our website that's like, click here for nudes of the boys, and it, like you click on it, and then that's Anthony
Not that product.
Or it's me like holding a bunch of shirts going, "Does this nude match my skin color?"
Not a flash game on Nick.com.
Jesus Christ.
Nostalgia episode, that'll be fun.
You mean lifesavers.com?
Well,
I
I'm
wanna play
really
the
annoyed
Creamsaver game.
because I was going to make Anthony feel better by just starting this speech. Good morning. In less than an hour, because it's Independence Day,
was gonna say,
aircraft
that's
from here
Independence
will join others from around the world, and you will be launching the largest aerial battle in the history of mankind.
Yes. Okay, now keep going.
That word should have a new meaning for all of us today. I wish I could do it in Bill Pullman's voice.
I was like, you're not doing a good job. You got to pace yourself. Break it
We
up.
can't be
Or gravel.
consumed by our petty differences anymore.
There. Now you're doing it. Now you're getting there.
We will be united in our common interests. Perhaps it's fate that today is the 4th of July, and you will once again be fighting for our freedom, not
Yes.
from tyranny, oppression, or persecution. I kind of get some other speeches in here sometimes, but
it's
from
within an
annihilation. We are fighting for our right to live, to
Yes.
exist. And should we win the day, the 4th of July will no longer be known as an American holiday, but as the day the world declared in one voice. I'm just going to keep getting louder.
Yes,
We
yes.
will not go quietly into the night.
Yes.
We will not vanish without a fight. We're gonna live on. We're gonna survive. Today, we celebrate our Independence Day. I pull a hot dog out of my vagina and I'm ready.
Happy Independence Day, baby. That's a deep cut for you for OG beardos out there.
Yeah, for you OGs, go back to the original of our.
It's not even an episode.
Yeah,
it's just trailers.
It's a teaser.
We do this every July because not only is July silly month for us, July is the birth month of this silly little podcast. So we get to be crazy all month, damn it.
Could you imagine, like, being in the airport and all of a sudden you're like, attention passengers, we're about to go attack the people attacking us, and so there's a delay in your flights.
Yeah, I can believe that.
Oh, wait a minute. All the
believe
airports
that.
were probably destroyed by that point.
Oh, no. I mean, they're going to, like, send our Boeings because they're falling the fuck apart anyway, so just kamikaze planes.
That's exactly it. They're just gonna be like, send it up there. It's gonna like,
It's going to fall apart anyways.
it's gonna wreck
What's the fucking
into
point?
it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just a bunch of Maxes flying up there. News.
You just want to go to a commercial. I really enjoyed that speech, though. Thank you. That cheered me up a lot.
Thank you. I knew that would help.
Before we go into commercial, I just always want to think about how that speech that Bill Pullman does as president in Independence Day, I always think that Donald Trump models the way he wants to sound after that speech, but he'll never be able to sound half as good as that.
But he's never put any number of words together so coherently.
Right. He thinks they
Yeah.
are, but they're not.
I think Donald Trump actually gets his inspiration from Hitler because it's just a lot of noises, but he doesn't understand what he's saying.
I mean, that makes sense. I get it.
Oh, it does.
If you want to be a fucking dictator, there's a great person to model yourself after.
Dictators.
Remember, Beardos, going into commercial break. Dick, good. Tater, good.
Delicious.
Dictator, bad.
Bad. Both of them
I just
are
thought of a
delicious.
social media idea because of that.
Or a t-shirt. The Beards and Sundries Market, Dick, Taters, bundle.
Oh my god. It's like one of those shirts that's supposed to be like the little like this plus this shirts, but then you have to like put it together in your head and it's just Donald Trump plus potato, Dick, Tater. Anyways. And now for a word from our sponsor, the Beards and Sundries Lobotomy.
Yes.
News. It's exhausting, am I right? Wouldn't we all like a tropical escape from this devastating time? We at Beards and Sundries have the fix for you. It's almost striking how simple it is. That's right. With no appointments needed, you can walk in and get a lobotomy. Say goodbye to your functioning frontal lobe and say hello to minimal cognizance for news all around the globe. That's right, no more bad news to bring you down. With the Beards and Sundries lobotomy, you too can feel the existential dread just immediately escape your body. This simple procedure, which is still legal in America today, that's a fact, has minimal regulations in states like Colorado. So, join us at the Beards and Sundries Market in whatever states have minimal regulations on a procedure that hasn't been documented since 1967 in the US. So, we can make the political news season much more bearable. As they say, an ice pick to the brain one day keeps the looming feeling of dread about our future existence away. So again, if you're tired of watching old people that can barely turn on a computer make long-term decisions about how you should live, try the Beards and Sundries lobotomy today. Found in your local Beards and Sundries Market by the end cap of Man Ponds. Lobotomy, because top. Hit him again.
Hey guys, make sure you follow and subscribe to our podcast so you can receive a notification every Sunday when a new episode drops. I feel better after mine. Yeah.
There's definitely a lag now, is there?
That's not your internet slowing down. That's just me.
This definitely won't come back to bite us in the ass at all.
Yeah, because they're really going to do lobotomies.
Hey.
And depression back in the
And
day.
beardos, again, remember, lobotomy, bad. A lot on me, good.
Lobotomy bad, but
Dude.
lay bottom good.
Hey!
Oh my god, do we have any Beardos Limited Sundries? Give me
I
something
think so.
good to cheer me up. This episode is breaking my brain.
Tell me
Well,
something good.
I got an email from Beardo Fox News, and they said that...
No! No!
From Beardo Newsmax this week.
Yeah.
Oh, no!
Oh, I just got a QAnon notification.
Oh, guys! Lobotomies are in again.
Lord.
Yeah, they are.
really, really good. So this one's just really short, but I was messaging my friend Sarah the other day, and she was listening to the last episode talking about another Beardo saying we should do the cookbooks. And she said it would be really good if on our cookbooks we wrote, instead of homemade, they're homo-made.
Or homemade. Get it?
Oh, we could have a special section for that, just homemade, and it would be all your recipes.
It's a quality.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I am a hoe in theory. In practice, it's quite different because, you gotta have people that want to have sex with you to, be a hoe.
Jay, was that Beardo Sarah who drove the convertible for us?
Oh, yes. That's Beardo Sarah that drove the convertible in the parade for us.
Oh, well then thank you, Sarah. You're awesome. Sarah was the real MVP.
Yep, she drove the convertible for us in the Pride Parade, and it was a lot of fun.
Sarah did a wonderful job, and I'm really glad that the parade went really fast, but also by the end of it, I was very tired because we were running at some points through that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was fucking zapped on Monday.
That parade was
yeah.
moving at a gay walking speed, that's for sure.
That was
I
gay
ended up
walking
not going
speed.
to work because I was fucking dead.
Oh, lucky. I still went to work. Well, I went to work for 2 days, so I just dealt with it.
Should have, but I woke up tired and depressed, so.
That's just my life every day now. Beardo Heather also sent us something,
Ooh,
and I'm
hi,
sharing a
Beardo
picture,
Heather.
and it's Bath & Body Works' new display of men's beard products.
So their beard and scruff cream is awesome. And
It smells so good. It's really cooling when you put it on, and you can really feel the shea butter in it, and I like it a lot.
They did some sort of Bath and Body Works sale on it recently, and no, it was the last sale that we talked about with Beardo Heather whenever she turned us on to the men's sale.
Yeah.
Or whatever that product sale was, and we got 3 of those things because they were a great price, and we ended up just buying 3 of them because it's fantastic. I love the beard and scruff cream. I'm actually using their hair gel currently.
My hair gel today has been my sweat trapped in my hat.
They have a scent that they just recently came out with called Freshwater, and it is some of the best stuff I've ever smelled. I have the body
Ooh, it
spray
is good. It's
and the
nice.
body wash, and I love it.
I'll stick with their stale water. Been using that for
will.
years now.
Give the chat water.
It's giving mosquitoes.
You just go into Jay's shower, and there's a little Bath and Body Works signature scent, Jay's well water. Tastes like chat.
And you look down, and the water standing on my bathtub is just literally rainbow because it's so
Oh my
contaminated.
god, yes.
Chat has entered the chat.
Oh man. Okay. Lastly, we heard from Derek with the good beard. Hello, beardos. I realize that I've been... Oh, let me start that again. I realize that it's been about a year since I started interacting regularly with my 3 favorite bears from the Beards and Sundries Market. I remember it well because I was walking through the streets of Seattle after my birthday cruise to Alaska and listening to your podcast. That episode is where you informed your listeners about the details of the Tulsa Massacre. For me, that was the point that transformed me from a casual listener to a superfan because it was not a topic that I expected 3 white guys in Oklahoma to cover with grace and dignity it deserves. For the record, bestowing the name of Derek with the good beard was just an added bonus, and it was a super bonus to meet 2 of the 3 beardos in person. As I listened to more episodes, I realized how great the 3 of you play off each other and how much of your quirky sense of humor can put a smile on my face. Congrats as you start your next season, and I'm so glad that you became part of my regular routine. Signed, Derek with the good beard.
Thank you, Derek. We're really glad to have you.
Thanks, Derek.
Every time I
was
get
very
messages
sweet.
from Derek, it makes my heart happy. So, just
I
FYI.
know.
Also, Beardos, Derek is a jet setter. That dude is always traveling. He is constantly getting on a plane somewhere, and it makes me super jealous because I wish I was constantly traveling as well.
Right.
Yeah.
We're doing the 50 state challenge. He's doing a drink in every state challenge that is fabulous
drink in every
and shared on
airport.
social media.
If anything, he's beating us at our 50-state challenge, just showing up there. Guess that's what we
he
need
could
to do
literally.
next.
We should just paint the whole board Derek. Everything's Derek.
Derek.
Derek in every state.
Derek's like, have you guys considered going to 50 states? And we're like, no, we just had 50 sangrias. Blah.
That is my lobotomy. My 50th sangria. Ugh.
That'll be me later whenever I tap into that frenzy in my fridge.
I felt like I was going to have a heart attack hauling that cart of stuff back to the SUV on Saturday in 101 degrees.
Oh my god, I believe it.
By the time I was to the SUV, I was like, well, this is it. This is how I die.
This is the end. I would have been so mad because they're like, Jay said he was going to get the car cooled down, and he had to go and have a fucking heart attack.
I did.
And
It made me so mad too because I kept trying to discreetly look to see if you had come back yet, every couple seconds, and Anthony caught on finally, and he was like, "Oh, he's not back yet, girl. He went to get the car," and I'm like, "God damn it, he caught me."
You were
Yeah.
so fucking ready, and I love when
I
you're
was
ready like that
ready.
because you get really quiet, but you're visibly ready.
Yeah.
that is the end of my user-submitted content.
Oh wow, fantastic! Well, guys, call in. We need more voicemails.
Ooh, yes,
Do it.
we could use more voicemails. I have a couple ahead, so we're good. But keep calling, keep sending voice memos, send voicemails, email us. Love it.
Season 5 is underway.
We are started and running.
Does anyone have something to check out today? I do. Oh, it's me. I have 2 things. Wow. These are both your projects, Jay, so okay.
Oh, they are. I know one is. What's the other one?
So the first thing you guys should absolutely check out is our Patreon, which we'll link in the show notes. Oh, yeah. Patreon will launch whenever this episode launches. There are a few different benefits to having it. You get percentage off of our merch. You get a bonus episode every single month. The one this month will come out a little bit later. You get an exclusive chat with each other. So you'll have a place that you can go and chat amongst yourselves. You can vote on polls for episode topics there. All of these things are exclusive benefits for Patreon members, and it is only $6 a month. So if you want to support the podcast, it's a great way to do it.
So you said there's a chat function, right, Anthony?
Oh my God. Yes.
So can we call
We
that
put it in there specifically for me.
Can we call that the chat pile?
God, I guess
Oh
we
my
have
God.
to. I guess we have to call it that.
God damn it. Fucking Joe.
I'm very upset about this. I hate this episode so far.
I hate everything about Patreon now, but I'm in. Let's go.
That's just a giant
Join the
orgy.
chat pile.
All right, back to the pile.
Back in the pile. Oh my
Get
God.
in the chat pile, y'all. We want to hear from y'all. Toxins.
Drink this. I hate it. All right.
God, is this a rainbow slush from Sonic? No, it's just contaminated water. Anthony, please continue.
I'm just barely making it through this episode. Just barely getting through this recording.
Same. I am so tired. Man.
It's so late.
I think I'm depressed.
I am depressed, and I know it. The other thing we have to check out is a new podcast. You might recognize the hosts. The podcast is called We're Not Therapists, but We Need One. And it is a weekly 30-ish minute podcast about mental health and discussing real life scenarios with two hosts that you may be familiar with named Anthony and Jay. And we spend 30 minutes talking about where we're at with our mental health and discussing just different things that we are experiencing. And it's just a raw, unfiltered 30 minutes of that conversation.
Yeah, it is. You are listening to us from a little bit of a different angle than this show. And it's there to help release the stigma of talking about mental health. So listen away if you want to realize that your life is okay.
Yeah. Joe has a weekly choir session that he does. And so Jay and I do this.
During his
Well, we
choir.
do love a good release, so that sounds awesome.
Well,
Every
if
week
you're listening
for
to this
30
on
minutes I'm
Sunday,
releasing.
this will come out on the Wednesday after this releases. So the first, you'll have 4 episodes at launch to listen to. So you'll have 2+ hours of content with that new podcast, and it will be on every platform that we're on currently.
Yay!
And it's called We're Not Therapists, but We Need One. And I'll link it in the show
We need
notes.
one. Thanks, Anthony. That was a fantastic show. I'm really glad that you brought that one up. I really like that
You're
show.
welcome. Yeah, I know. Or something to check out or self-serving this week. But, we're really diving into capitalism in season 5.
Consume.
Consume, monetize. Anyways, you guys think it's game time?
Yes.
Yes. And as I talked
Yeah.
about earlier, we have 2 games this week.
Oh,
So,
God.
Yay! What's game number 1?
Game number 1, I'm bringing back a classic, and we are doing an edition of Fuck, Marry, Kill. This
Thank
is
God.
Fuck, Marry, Kill Presidential Edition. Alright, so in true Beards and Sundries fashion, these are fictional characters because we don't objectify real human beings. So, we have 3 fictional presidents who have been in media, and these are real action people playing actors. And so, we are going to do true Fuck, Marry, Kill. So, here are your candidates.
Okay.
Thomas J. Whitmore, who was portrayed by Bill Pullman in Independence Day.
Right.
Tom Beck, who Morgan Freeman played in Deep Impact.
Oh, yeah.
And number 3 is Selena Meyer, who was portrayed by Julia Louis-Dreyfus in Veep.
Yes, this is a tough one. Okay.
This is a tough one, admittedly. So I already did mine earlier, so I'll go ahead and do mine while you guys think.
Okay.
So I'm going to go in FMK order. So I'm going to fuck Thomas J. Whitmore because he's got that hot daddy energy. He's got that gravelly, scruff voice. He'd probably yell at the end, which would be pretty cool, like a growler. So then I'm going.
I'm doing this for America.
Oh yeah, slam that wrist
will
guard
no
on
longer
me. Yeah.
be known as America's bottoming day, but the bottoming day for the world.
We're not invading anyone except you.
And lobotomy day for me. Okay.
God.
So then I'm going to marry Tom Beck, who is Morgan Freeman, because he's very sound, calm, cool in a situation. I feel like I would feel safe by his side, and I'd get all the, all the perks of being the first lady. I'd get my own holiday special. So then anyway, then I will kill Selena Meyer because as funny as she is kind of toxic, and who isn't?
Kinda.
But I'm just given the options, I'm just gonna go ahead and sorry, Selena, I'm gonna kill you. She's like, good fucking luck, bitch.
I'm gonna have to go a different direction with this. I'm gonna have to a slightly different direction. I'm gonna fuck Thomas Whitmore because I think you're right. I think at like the point in his life he's in, whenever he's in the movie, like definitely primo. Yeah, I'm into it. Plus, Bill Pullman with a beard is super hot, so I'm guessing that Thomas Whitmore with a beard would be also hot. But you know, it's kind of a one-time thing.
Like, damn, why can't we have him as the candidate?
Right. I am going to marry Selena. I specifically want her to fight my battles for me.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like she's just like, she's one of those people that like, I would come back home and be like, oh man, they forgot to put my, you know, hot mustard in my McDonald's bag. And she'd go back to McDonald's and tell all of those fuckers off in the which is super toxic. I want you to understand.
Walks into the kitchen,
but she is going to get the hot mustard for me.
I'm going to shake this little McDonald's right down to the...
You're gonna have the health department so far up your ass.
You're going to wish...
The only thing they find is more cancer.
Good God. The manager just, good God. And she's like, so, do I have the correction on my order? And she's like, yes, you have the correction on your order. Do I have the hot mustard? I'm looking for an okie dokie.
Annie Oakley.
Super Trooper.
Oh my God, I love that.
Now get the fuck out of here.
Now get the fuck out of here, Congresswoman.
God damn it, I love that.
Oh my God, you guys should totally watch Veep if you haven't seen it. And then I'm gonna kill the Morgan Freeman one. I love Morgan Freeman's voice, but like, I don't know, nothing else really does it for me. And I feel like Deep Impact was such a fucking, like, I don't know. I don't know. Just nah. He's what's left over at this point.
Basically, what's going to happen is I second Anthony in every possible description. This is exactly the route I was going with. Thomas J. Whitmore just looks like a good fuck, so let's go for it. I want him with his megaphone the whole time going, I love this. And then I will 100% marry Selena Meyer because I want her to fucking fight my battles. I'm tired. Yeah. I'm a people pleaser, and I need her to stop allowing me to people please. So she walks in and she threatens everyone, and she shakes their little district until they've got nothing. And yeah, unfortunately, Tom Beck.
That's his name.
He's
Tom Beck.
It's just, it sucks. I like Morgan Freeman a lot. He's just the least interesting character for me in this specific list of presidents. So
agreed. Absolutely.
So unfortunately, by power of deduction, he has to die. And you know what? I'm tired of people pleasing. So
right.
Or however I choose to at the moment. Thanks, Joe. Thanks for letting me fuck, marry, and kill people.
I also feel like Selena Meyer would like let me kill somebody and get away with it. Like she would find a way.
Yeah, she would 100% let it happen.
Okay, Joe, that was a fun one, but what's our next game?
Yes, I thought I'd bring in Season 5 with a classic, but let's go ahead and move on to game number 2. Game number 2 is one that I'm calling News Acronyms. Alright guys, so I have compiled a list of 9 acronyms for news outlets. It is your job to guess the acronym itself, and you have 2 guesses to do so each. If you don't get it, I get the point.
Regiment of nasty young men.
There are 9 of these, so let's go ahead and start with number 1. So, number 1 is ABC.
American Broadcasting Company?
That is correct.
American Broadcasting Corporation. Damn it. I was hoping it was corporation.
That's right, Jay. Good job.
Thank you.
All right.
Good job.
These aren't super tough, but a couple of them made me kind of scratch my head, so we'll see.
My brain feels like baby vomit today, so it's not going to be a fun one. Well, it'll be fun, but I'm not going to do well.
All right. Well, number 2, PBS.
All right. Well,
Public Broadcasting Corporation.
System. Public Broadcasting System.
It's PBC. Why I'm such an idiot.
So no and no.
Public Broadcasting Syndication.
No. Jay, you got 1 guess left.
Penis broadcasting stuff. Penis butt stuff. Penis. Butt. Stuff.
Mute. Public broadcast system.
No.
Did you say that, Anthony?
Say that? Yeah, I thought it was the first thing you said.
No, I said corporation or company or something.
Oh, okay.
You know.
And then I forgot what
yes.
you said, so I give up.
Well, what was it, Joe?
PBS stands for Public Broadcasting Service.
Oh, that's right. Why did
I guess
I
it
not
is
remember
technically
that?
a service.
And viewers like you. All right.
Thank
All
God
right.
my dollar kept this company alive.
Number 3, TMZ.
Oh,
The Media Zone?
No.
Timeless Media Zone.
No.
Oh God. Why can't I focus enough to even like think of words that start with these letters?
Well, you just said a bunch of words that start with letters.
Oh, that's my answer. I'm kidding. Fuck, I don't know.
Just like tiny, mean zebras.
Titillating media zone.
No.
I can't believe
damn.
that's not right.
I thought that was going to be it for sure. What?
Tangerine media zone. I don't know. Go on.
No. You were right with zone. TMZ actually stands for 30 Mile Zone. After
What?
the historic Studio Zone at the intersection of West Beverly Boulevard and North La Cienega Boulevard in Los Angeles, California.
Some people shouldn't be
Okay.
allowed to name companies.
Right.
Yeah, that was a weird one. But yeah. Odd.
Fucking Beards and Sundries or something like that.
All right. Number 4, CNN.
Constant News Network?
No.
Continuous News Network.
No.
Okay.
Sorry, Jay.
That's fine.
Chicago News Network?
No.
Cincinnati News Network.
No. Girlies,
Well, what was
CNN stands for Cable News Network.
Oh.
Like the thing that it's on? That's so stupid.
Well, that's also like on Anchorman 2, GNN was Gable News Network, which remember was a sponsor of ours a couple seasons ago.
Oh, yeah.
Forgot about that.
Alrighty. Number 5, C-SPAN.
Cable Span.
Spell out span. And you have
Cable
the answer correct.
SPAN.
SPAN.
Okay, let me rephrase. Cable is correct, but span is also an acronym.
Okay.
Don't tell him cable's correct. I didn't get the whole thing right. What if I wanted to guess something? What if he was going to guess something else? Now he's going to guess cable. If I lose
You get the
because
rest of the acronym, and so do you if you have another guess.
I lose this game every week. Okay.
Cable spreading politics and news.
No.
Cable soft penis and news.
No, Jay. Sorry.
Can't believe it.
I thought it was soft penis and news for sure. My penis is always soft when reading
No,
the news.
it's more hard-hitting.
Cable specialty politics and news.
I wish somebody hard would hit me on the inside.
No. Sorry, Jay.
That was a butt stuff joke.
So, C-SPAN stands for Cable Satellite Public Affairs Network.
Shorten it down. Calm down.
Why can't it be
with
private
that, man.
affairs?
Why can't it be penis?
Not everything can be public.
It's kind of a
Jesus,
flex.
everyone
Like, they
wants
really need to
attention.
rethink this name because these words aren't that hard-hitting and impressive anymore. Not in 2024.
That's why they say C-SPAN.
Satellite, cool. Shut up.
That is true. They really bounced off that word that back then probably sounded so cool. Satellite?
Well, if you hated that name, we're going to hate number 6 as well.
God damn it.
WGN.
World Gonorrhea
Worldwide
Network.
Global News.
No and no. It kind of sounds
WGN.
fake.
Wanted
WB.
Global News.
No, sorry, Jay.
That's okay.
White Global News.
Oh, God. When was this started?
We don't need another one. No, sorry, guys. WGN stands for World's Greatest Newspaper.
That's so fucking stupid.
Is it a newspaper?
Did a kid start that company?
No, it's the
Oh,
world's
Donald Trump
greatest.
started it.
We're
We're
gonna
great.
start the world's greatest newspaper.
All right, number 7, NBC.
National Broadcasting Company?
That's correct, Jay. National Broadcasting Company.
Going for a perfect 0. And I'm doing a great job.
All right, number 8, NPR.
National Public Radio.
Oh, Anthony is on the board.
Yep.
National
That's the only one
Public
I'm gonna
Radio.
get.
All right, number 9, BBC.
British
British
Broadcasting
Broadcast
Company.
Company.
Is it broadcast or broadcasting?
That's a good question.
I'm gonna say no and no to both of you.
British
What?
Broadcasting
Correct.
Corporation?
That's it, Jay. British
Broadcast Corporation. No ing,
That's it. No, Jay got it.
but it has an ing.
Yeah, it does. British Broadcasting
once.
Corporation.
It's an omen for the season.
He did it. The son of a bitch did it.
But there is one chance for a bonus point. This one
A
is
bonus point?
2 points.
I gotta get this just to spite you.
All right. Number 10, the bonus question. ONN.
Oprah News Network.
No.
Damn it.
Is it Original News Network?
No, it is not.
Oh boy, this is the best news network.
No.
I thought it was maybe
Sorry,
the same
Anthony.
people who did WGN.
I feel like I know this one. It's kind of driving me nuts.
Oh boy, Alberto Beef Jerky News Network.
Your third legal guess is also incorrect. Anthony.
Maybe.
Opinion News Network?
No, sorry, boys. ONN stands for Onion News Network.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
God damn it.
I
I should have known that one. I was really hoping TBN was going to be on here, so I was like, Turner Broadcasting Network. It's the only one I know because it was owned by Ted Turner.
I was hoping CBS would be because I was like, that's Columbia News or Broadcasting Company, I think.
That's Columbia News with a B.
Columbia Broadcasting Company.
All right, so that leaves our final score this week at Anthony with 1, Jay with 3, and me with 7.
I still won, so that's fine.
We'll leave that as Jay winning this week's game. Insert audio here.
He did it! The son of a bitch did it!
But I do hear the music coming back
I
on.
was like,
Thank fucking God. And it's like the news ticker. It's like, you know what I'm talking about. There you go.
Just
And
that
the
over and
Daily
over and
Double.
over and over again.
Go call our hotline real quick. That number is 405-999-2242. And also check out our Patreon in the show notes.
And Beardos, we have some debate prep to start working on, so we have to wrap this up. If you'd like to help us out, go and subscribe to our podcast so you can get reminders every Sunday when we release a new episode. We also post frequent updates on all of our social media sites for any sundries that we add to the market.
And don't forget to rate us 5 stars and leave us a review. Those reviews are what get us found by more people like you. And also, if each one of you could tell a friend about the podcast, that would double our growth. And we would love you forever.
Guys, don't forget to check out our socials. Socials. There we go.
Check out that
My
social.
lobotomy is still working.
And check out our newspaper, the world's greatest newspaper. It's WGN.
We got a 164 pack of crayons. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and Threads. I'm trying to do discussion posts for each episode when it releases. So get on there, make your comments, tell your little thoughts about the episode each time. Check us out at beardsandsundries.com, where you can also go to the buy merch section and buy merchandise. We would love your purchase. Also, email us at
if you will.
merchus and email us at beardsandsundries@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you.
So, from the three of us kinda proud American shop clerks here at the Beards and Sundries Market, make sure to
Love yourself. That's not breaking news.
Because we already love you way more than we love this country. Bye, beardos!